So I want to yeah. No, I want to show you three examples. Here's one example of Western Tasmania. Yeah, the satellite image on the left shows you the west coast of Tasmania. Beautiful, beautiful scenery, the west coast. If you have a chance to see the west coast of Tasmania, as you cruise along, maybe on a research trip to Hobart, gorgeous. So anyways, let's have a look at the sea surface temperature. Hardly to see anything, and you can see indication of a little relatively warmer patch here. Yeah? However, there was a boat in this at the time in this region, and one of my former PhD students was on that boat, and they took temperature observation. Okay? So-called XBTs. There are instruments that you throw into the water, and they measure temperature structures. And you can see this structure here from almost the surface to 1,000 meters. You can see a mesoscale eddy, a warm core, a warm eddy. Not necessarily a warm core eddy, but anyway, so it's a warmer water in the center. You can see it reaches down to 500 meters about. Okay? And the reason why you can't really see it that much in the satellite observations of SST is that the accuracy is, or the detection limit is 1 degree Celsius. At the surface, this eddy is just 1 degree warmer than the water. So that's the limit of the satellite SST data. So they exist in the real world, these type of relatively weak eddies, but you cannot, it's hard to see them with satellite. Okay, so the next example, let's just go through that. These are measurements at one location, and so-called Hofmüller diagrams. From the surface to 150 meters, repeated temperature observations as a function of. Okay, that's the top image. You can see it's red means warm, blue means cold. Okay, there's even some numbers here. 23 degrees is orange water, and the blue water is. And you can see that there's at that one location, there is a water getting colder. Okay, moving colder water to the surface, and then that event stops after a while. So how long does it take? Well, this is something like 10 days, 20 days. All right. Okay, and you can look at chlorophyll A signals during that time. You can see that there is an increase in chlorophyll A levels, right? But during that time. And this is the signature of the passage of a cyclonic eddy. Okay, you just measure it at one location, but if you followed the eddy, you would observe the similar signature all along the pathway of the eddy. So eddies can actually create quite significant subsurface phytoplankton blooms in the ocean, right? So the third example, I think you're getting tired, but anyway, so luckily I don't have 25 examples, but I could show you 25 examples. Anyway, so one more. And that's always nice to look at, the East Australian current. So let's have a look at the structure of the East Australian current. Okay, because the East Australian current is actually very low in nutrient. It comes from moves warmer water from subtropical regions southward, and it has low. There is no significant upwelling happening along the path. Okay, so sea surface temperature, you can identify the East Australian current here in this map of sea surface temperatures. You can see some eddy type of structures. Chlorophyll A, green means very, very low, and you can see the low signature of the Lewin curve. However, okay, now you can even see the signature of eddies suppressing primary production. You can see that structure here, which is a large eddy. You can see the green region. It's a very low chlorophyll A content. And these are downwelling eddies. But you also get signatures of regions where you actually produce an upwelling. Okay, and you can overall see that the Tasman Sea is fairly productive, because this is where the East Australian current produces, we call it geostrophic turbulence, creates eddies and filaments and that stuff, which actually overall enhance the productivity. All right, all right.